guys, so today I wanted to do a small video on my pros and cons from working from home. So I have been working from home for the last few months. This is not my first work from home job. I had one 2 years ago. Both were chat, which I love, but I just wanted to get everybody my opinions, my pros and my cons of working at home. So I hope you guys enjoy it. So of course, I'm going to start the video on a positive note with my pros. The first one I want to start with is working from the comfort of your own home, which I love. I don't have to start working until 7 a.m. So I get up around 6 a.m., help my 3 kids get ready for school or whatever. And usually I'm there to clock in at 7 a.m. Literally all I have to do is walk from my bedroom to my office and I can clock in, which I love. I remember days when I did not work from home and it was like bad weather outside, like either an ice storm, snow, bad thunderstorm. And who literally wants to get out there in bad weather? The fact that I live in Alaska, I can imagine getting up like around 6 a.m., trying to get ready to drive to my job. And early in the morning here, it's literally like negative like 10, negative 9 most mornings here in Alaska. So I could never imagine myself getting up, starting my car, trying to get ready, and then I'm going outside in this negative weather. So it's a real good fit for me that even though it's cold outside, I can work in the comfort in my own home, my own privacy. So that is the biggest positive to me, working in the comfort of your own home. All right, so my next pro is the fact that with you working from home and you have children, you will not need a babysitter. So of course I have 4 daughters. My oldest 3 daughters are in school, but my 4-year-old is not yet in school. So she's literally here with me all day long from the time I clock in to the time I clock out. My daughter Erin is with me. I don't know, other people have the same problems I do, but finding a babysitter is extremely hard, and not only that, it's expensive. And where we're here in Alaska, they don't really have free preschool for 4-year-olds here. You would have to pay, and me and my husband do not make that type of money to afford to be able to pay for her to go to preschool every day. Luckily, she starts kindergarten this year in August, which I am super excited about. So this will be the first time in 13 years of being a mom that I actually will be at home with no children. But I will tell you, this is very convenient for me to be working from home, that she gets to stay here with me all day while I'm in my office working. I leave my door open and she's usually in her bedroom watching TV. On my break time, I make sure to give her lunch, her dinner. She usually is pretty good. All I have to do is either give her an iPad, she'll sit there and play Roblox, or she knows how to work the Roku and everything. She watches TV. Other thing with this of being at home with the kids is a positive because my husband is military. He's in the Army, he's infantry, and he's literally always gone. It was a headache before when I had to have a job working away from home because I was working night shift and I didn't feel comfortable leaving my kids at home by themselves when my husband either had to go to the field or he had to travel to another country and be gone for like a month or so. So working from home makes it beneficial because I don't have to worry about leaving my children for long periods of time. I'm always here. So that is a positive of working from home. No need for a babysitter at all. All right, so another pro for me of having a work at home job is most work at home jobs you can take with you wherever you go. So this job that I have now, it's perfect because when it's time for us to PCS again next year, I'll be able to take this job with me, which I love. When I first got here in Alaska, it was so hard trying to find a work at home job. Not too many places hire for people that live in Alaska, unfortunately. So finding this job literally was a godsend, I'll tell you that. And then once I found out that they do work with military and that you're able to take your job with you to every other duty station you go to, that was literally like an amazing positive. The last work from home job I did have was based in Alabama. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to take that job with me which was really bad because I really needed a job once I got here. Being that Alaska is super expensive, I needed a job. But luckily, I was able to get a job somewhere else until I came up on this work from home job. So literally the biggest positive thing that happened to me last year was getting this work from home job. So yes, being able to take the job with you wherever you go is a great bonus of having a work from home job. All right, so my next biggest pro is you save a lot of money by working from home. When I worked away from home, I always had to either spend money on gas and food. Being that I work from home now, I don't have to spend any money on gas because, of course, I'm just walking from my bedroom to my office, and I don't have to worry about spending money for food because I'm going to cook the food that's at home. So that is pretty much a big, great quality of having a work from home job for me. When I worked at other jobs, I was literally spending probably like $50 to $60 a week for gas. And then when it came to food, I'm working 5 days a week. So I was spending at least $10 to $15 a day. Especially when I was working for this job I had in Alabama. I stayed in Fort Mitchell, Alabama, and the job was in Opelika, Alabama. So pretty much like a 35-minute drive there, 35 minutes back, whatever. And this was this wing place that I love going to. I literally go to this wing place every single day. And the whole wing dinner was like $10 or something a day. So literally I was spending $50 a week on food. So yeah, that was a lot. So if I could save $50 a week on food and $60 a week in gas, that's always a positive. So yes, being the fact that you don't have to spend money on gas and food is always a plus when working from home. All right, so now we're gonna get into the cons of working from home. I really don't have that many. The first one that I could think of is no interaction. So you really don't have no interaction with outside people. That is kind of a downward part of it because when you go to new jobs, you end up meeting new people that you begin to be friends with. But we're working from home, yeah, you're cool with the people, but these are people that live all over the United States, so you only get to talk to them through the workroom chat versus if you were working outside somewhere at another job that's not work from home, you get to interact with people and go out, hang out with them after work and stuff like that. So you don't get to have any basically bonds or friendships when you're working from home. So that is kind of annoying. Thankfully, when I first moved to Alaska, I did not have no friends here, but I was able to get a job at a store and I was able to acquire friendships of meeting new people and stuff. So now the fact that I work from home, I really don't have to depend on the fact of interacting with other people online. I already had friends before I acquired this job anyway, but that is a down thing about it, that you don't get to develop any work friendships while you're working from home. All right, so the next con of working from home for me is the job can be very mentally draining. A lot of people think that working from home is just so easy. Like, yeah, all you got to do is walk from your bedroom to your office. And I mean, that's not hard. But what they don't know is that working customer service is like mentally draining. Because the thing is, all of us have our own issues in life, whether we're dealing with work, school, kids. Just imagine you're dealing with all of this at home. So think about if you have an outside job. You are working like in a call center, for example. So at work, you're dealing with listening to customers like cuss you out, all that stuff. And you kind of like, okay, this was like mentally draining, but I can go home to my sanctuary and basically decompress. Just imagine you dealing with this stuff at home. You clock out and then you're still at home dealing. It's mentally draining. You have people cussing you out, yelling at you for stuff that is like beyond your control. You clock out and then you have to deal with your stressful family life, like the children. That's usually how my life is. I clock in at 7 a.m. I'm dealing with customers on my breaks and my lunch. I'm dealing with my 4-year-old, trying to make sure she's fine. I clock out at 4 p.m. and the next I have to go to my other job, which is my other 3 children, making sure they have their lunch, making sure their homework is done, whatever projects they need to do. I help them with whatever cleaning, washing I need to do. I do that. And then next to talk to my husband about his day, see where his mental is. It is very mentally draining. Because it's like you don't have a way to like decompress, because it's like you're clocking out of one job and going to your second one, which is your family life. When I did work away from home, at least then I could sit in my car and be like, okay, I'm on my way home. That drive back home was like, okay, I can decompress, listen to my music. I don't have to stress about, what went on. I'm about to go home and mentally relax. And now it's kind of not like that. The only time I honestly can decompress is when 9 p.m. comes and it's bedtime for all my children. Basically, my whole household like shuts down at 9 p.m. because my husband has to get up at 5 for PT. I have to get up at 6 to get the kids ready, and the kids have to get up at 6 a.m. for school. So 9 p.m. is usually my only decompress time where I can actually, everybody's sleeping in the house. I can sit and relax, watch TV in peace, get my mental thoughts together. My husband always get on my case. He's like, why do you stay up so late at night? Because that's literally the only time I can have peace. Yes, that's the only time I can mentally decompress and get myself together after my work day. All right, so my next con on the list is being inactive. So with that being said, I found that with working from home, I gained a significant amount of weight. I gained like 10, 12 pounds, because literally all I was doing was getting up at 6 a.m., getting my kids ready, hopping on the computer. In my breaks and my lunch, I'm literally just doing stuff for my 4-year-old or eating, not being active at all. And with that being said, I was already chubby before, and then with that added on pounds, it just made it worse. It came to a point where a couple weeks ago I had to go to the emergency room because my high blood pressure was like through the roof. So, and my cholesterol as well. So they were like, you're going to have to make some health changes. I know you got to work from home job, but you got to get more active. So I had to change certain things about my daily life, my daily eating. So I had to cut out all the junk food. I had to manage how I eat, getting healthier options, healthier snacks while I'm working. I had to go on Amazon and get me one of these so I can literally, while I'm just sitting at the computer, just drink this whole thing. Once I get done with it, I fill it back up, do that. And what I started doing on my lunch break, I started, after I see what my 4-year-old needs, what kind of food I'm gonna make for dinner, whatever, I then started doing 30-minute workout videos with my 4-year-old just to keep myself active, which has helped me out a lot. I've been able to lose a couple of pounds. I feel so much better. I am not drowsy or exhausted the whole time while I'm working and sitting at the computer. So that's one thing to watch when you're working from home is you spend a lot of time just sitting down on your butt looking at a computer screen, and you have to make sure to stick some activity in your day, whether you try to work out before you clock in, work out when you clock out, or work out on your lunch break like I do. You have to stick something in there, because if you don't, you will just sit there and snack the whole time and you will gain weight, which we don't want to do that. We don't want to gain weight unless we really need to. But in my case, I don't need to. So yeah, you just have to make sure that you stay active. So yes, being inactive with working from home is a con for me. All right, so the next con for me is tech issues. So one thing about it, working from home, you always have a lot of tech issues. Monitors go out, everything goes out, headphones goes out, and you literally have to spend hours on the phone. Now, it could be a pro and a con depending, because sometimes you be having a bad day, your computer shut down, and you be like, look, I need this break. I need to get myself together because these people are coming at me. I'm a little frustrated. I need to mentally calm down to get myself together. So it can be a pro, but sometimes it's cons because you're literally just trying to do your job and nothing is working. Those are the days I said it feels like a Monday, when literally your login is not working, passwords, all the stuff messes up, the screen freezes, all that stuff. when your application's not working, I'd be like, it feels like a Monday. So that can be very annoying because literally you will spend hours on the phone trying to reach somebody to help you fix your issues. So that does get annoying. Because think about when you're at a call center, they have a tech there that can actually just come there, fix your stuff for you, and you're good. But I feel like it's much harder trying to communicate on the phone and have somebody fix your computer system versus you're right there with the tech physically when you're at your job. So that can be very annoying dealing with tech issues all the time. So yes, that's definitely a big con for me on my list. All right, so that was just some pros and cons of working from home for me. I hope that some of it was helpful to new people that are trying to decide if they want to work from home or not. I have a lot of friends that ask me all the time, like, how is it working from home? Some of them be like, I like to work from home because I get tired of getting up every morning, getting ready, talking about driving to work. And then I have some friends that are like, I can't do it. Like, I don't see how you do it. You're literally just sitting at home. So to me, personally, I will say on my end, my opinions, I feel like it's more positive things for me personally of working from home than it is negative. I actually love working from home and my job is pretty much easy. I do chat, so that's even better. I think that if I was on the phone, then I would still be happy of working from home, but it would be a lot more stressful. But the fact that I'm on chat, it's not as bad. And plus I have my child at home, so chat is like 100% perfect for me. So yes, I hope all my information is helpful, and bye, you guys.